Joining me now, Judge Jeanine Pirro, the host of Justice with Judge Jeanine, also author of, we are pleased to tell you, this brand new released book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, the case against the anti-Trump conspiracy. The book published today, and we are honored to be with you on this day of your book release.
Number one day, and I'm thrilled to share it with you,
That
the
is
Dobbs.
correct, and congratulations. The book is extraordinary. We recommend it to you. We give it our highest recommendation. This is 5-star, top cabin, first class. So great to have you with us, and wish you a lot of luck with it. And it will not be our fault that it is not a number one for weeks and weeks, because we're gonna remind everybody about it every day.
Lou. Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Liars and leakers and lefties. I mean, good grief. You were thinking about what the president would have to endure over the past 24 hours.
Well, you know, when I think about today in the last 24 hours, I must tell you, Lou, I think the book was prescient. I mean, I pretty much set the foundation for what this president would be facing from the left. They lie and they leak. And what they did yesterday was they had a collective breakdown. I mean, it
was a psychotic break.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
They blew their collective gasket.
It's incredible to me that anyone takes these louts seriously. Because, I mean, I'm watching the usual suspects. They have no context historically of what this president has done. They do not credit him for a single achievement. This is the most significant, consequential, historic president of the modern era. And there's no question about it. It's not arguable. And here they are carrying on because he was cordial and professional with Russian President Putin.
One of the things I said today was, what was he supposed to do? You know, take a gun out and threaten him with it in front of Americans? Then they would have flipped the other way.
Ryan, a pencil-neck geek who's never done anything except suck up at the public trough, is criticizing this president, this man who has been successful throughout his life. How dare they? I mean, it leaves me just
We're all speechless. We're all speechless. And the sad part about this, Lou, is that, and I talk about this in the book, America is in a place right now, we've got more jobs than people to fill them. The ISIS caliphate is gone. I remember always being worried about whether they were going to come and cut your head off. And now we've got people who, for the first time,
when the ISIS had dominion over 80%
do you remember
of Syria
that?
and Iraq. And now,
gone.
So much.
Not so much. It's gone. And so, you know, America got this. That's why they elected this outsider president. They knew instinctively that there was something wrong in politics in Washington. They knew there was a swamp. They knew there was an establishment. But now that we've got the veil taken down, for the first time, we've got people in the Justice Department trying to affect politics, as opposed to politicians who are always trying to affect the justice system.
The president had to put up with Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General's press conference last week, just days before he's sitting down with Vladimir Putin. The Justice Department running its own counter foreign policy against this president.
Right.
And people are clucking and clacking on the left
well,
and the right.
Let me ask you this. Look. It now comes to 25, because there were 13 before who were indicted by Mueller. And by the way, you don't need a special prosecutor or a special counsel for this. Justice Department can do this, okay? Right. 13 before, 12 now. 25 Russians, none of them connected to Trump. 25 of them who will never be extradited, never arrested, arraigned, tried, convicted, or sentenced. It's all make-believe. It's like this. It's like the Russia investigation.
We put
it's
up the
collusion.
picture of Rachel Maddow talking about the worst-case scenario.
Oh.
Mother, I mean,
they are having a breakdown. And that's why I wrote the book, because in the book, I talk about the fact...
What's the title of the book?
Liars, Leakers, and Liberals. And I talk about the fact that these James Brennan, and James Clapper, and John Brennan, these are the swamp. These are people who made up an investigation as an insurance policy to go against Donald Trump in the event, in their minds, God forbid, he get elected.
You know, and at the same time, John Brennan is going around clucking like
treason.
He's just beyond belief. This is a guy who spied on the Senate Intelligence Committee and got away with it. This is a guy who was running errands for Barack Obama long before he was president. And this is a guy who is just about as honest as, well, there isn't, I know of no peer to him when it comes to integrity.
And he wants to complain about President Trump because of Putin. John Brennan's the guy who voted for a communist for president. I mean, the whole thing is upside down.
Well, he stayed consistent throughout, didn't he?
Indeed.
Judge, great to have you here. The
Thanks,
book,
Lou.
Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, we recommend it to you highly, and it is available in bookstores, Amazon, you name it, everywhere. And it can be yours. Justice
Thank you.
with Judge Jeanine. Saturday nights, 9 p.m. on the Fox News Channel. Thank you, Judge.